In the UK, the rules for issuing parking tickets depends on the type of ticket you receive. There are two primary types. There's a penalty charge notice and there's a parking charge notice, and they both have their own regulations and consequences. Penalty charge notices are issued by local councils for parking violations in public spaces. According to the Road Traffic Act, a PCN should ideally be issued within 28 days of the offence. However, this timeframe can be extended if the council needs additional time to get your details from the DVLA. The council is required to request information from the DVLA within 14 days of the alleged offence. If you don't pay the fine within 28 days, the amount will increase by 50% and you'll receive a charge certificate, giving you an additional 14 days to pay the increased amount. If you fail to pay the charge certificate, then the case will be referred to the Traffic Enforcement Centre, which can result in a court order to make you pay. Persistent non-payment can lead to enforcement actions by bailiffs, significantly increasing the financial burden due to the extra fees. The best thing to do is act quickly when you get a penalty charge notice to avoid escalating consequences. Parking charge notices are issued by private landowners or parking operators for violations on private property. The British Parking Association's Code of Practice stipulates that a private parking ticket should be issued within 14 days to allow a fair chance for the motorist to appeal. If the parking operator is unable to issue the ticket before you leave the car park, they have 14 days to get your details from the DVLA and send the notice to your registered address. Ignoring a private parking ticket can lead to serious consequences. The issuing company may obtain a CCJ, that's a county court judgment against you, making you legally obliged to pay. If a CCJ is ignored, enforcement actions such as bailiffs or a charging order on your property may follow. A CCJ will affect your credit history for 6 years if not settled within 31 days, which will affect your ability to get credit. It's important to deal with private parking tickets efficiently to prevent long-term financial and legal troubles. Appealing a parking ticket is possible for both types of notices. For penalty charge notices, the appeal process involves several stages, starting with an informal appeal if the notice was either left on your vehicle or handed to you. If this appeal is rejected, then you can submit a formal appeal, which is known as representation, outlining why you believe the PCN should be cancelled. This may include evidence, so things like photographs or witness statements. If your representation is denied, then you have the option to take your appeal to an independent tribunal. The tribunal that you approach depends on your location within the UK. The process for appealing a private parking ticket is similar to that of a PCN, but involves different regulatory bodies. Initially, you should contact the private parking operator and lodge an informal appeal. If this is rejected, then you can still escalate the matter to an independent appeal service like Poplar, that's parking on private lands, or the IAS, that's Independent Appeal Service. It just depends on the operator's membership. As with penalty charge notices, presenting solid evidence and a clear argument is crucial for a successful appeal. To avoid parking tickets, always check the signs and markings where you intend to park, pay attention to any time restrictions and specific rules for the area. Use designated parking spaces whenever possible and avoid parking on yellow lines or in controlled zones without checking the regulations. If you're unsure about the rules, then it's best just to find another parking space. Always keep an eye on the time if you're on a parking meter or in a time-limited space to avoid overstaying your welcome. Technology plays a significant role in modern parking enforcement, with lots of local authorities using CCTV and also ANPR, which is automatic number plate recognition. This monitors parking areas and issues fines, and technologies can detect parking violations quickly and accurately, reducing the need for manual enforcement by traffic wardens. This enforcement is more efficient, but it also means that you've got to be more careful about following parking regulations because these mistakes are less likely to go unnoticed. Understanding the rules and procedures for parking tickets can help you manage them more effectively, whether it's knowing the timelines for issuing notices, the consequences of non-payment, or the appeal processes. Keep detailed records and seek advice if you need to manage your parking ticket. If you're unsure whether your appeal is likely to be successful, then you may want to chat to an online solicitor. JustAnswer runs a £5 trial and you can ask as many questions as you want in the online chat. I'll leave the link underneath this video for you, and if you do use it, you'll be supporting the Debt Advice Service, so thanks.